so today we're going to try a new segment for Wednesdays called What the Fuck Wednesdays. So in this segment we're going to cover just various random things that might be interesting. I work in the technology field, so there might be some stuff that's technology related. I like to talk about hoaxes and things like that people tend to fall for on whatever social media you might like to dabble in. Talk about our kids and some of the technology they may be using and how they may be using it that might be important to parents and middle-aged folks. So, it's just going to be some time to be a little random and, talk about things. Some of them may be interesting, some of them not. I just happen to find all kinds of trivial information to be fascinating, and so, I like to share. So the first thing we're going to talk about is internet buzzwords. Words your kids may be using, or grandkids if you're a little older, in chat or texting that may be warning signs indicating you may need to have a chat with them. So without further ado, here's a list of some fairly recent words or abbreviations that may get your attention. First on our list is AF, often pronounced AF. So if your kid comes home and says, "Oh, I had a rough day at school, I'm tired AF," what they're really saying is, "I'm tired as fuck." AF means as fuck. So, just so you know. If you happen to walk into your kid's room or close to them when they're in a chat session, you see them type in POS. That doesn't mean they're looking into point of sale systems, not even thinking that somebody's a piece of shit, but that means parent over shoulder. That means they're letting whoever they're chatting with know that you're there so that they don't say anything that might incriminate them. This next one's funny, and it's our origin is interesting, and I bet even the kids don't even know where the origin came from. It's the numbers 420. Now, it is commonly known that 420 is associated with marijuana and its use, but where did it originate? That's where the interesting part comes from. It actually originated with our generation. So the term 420 originated at San Rafael High School in 1971 among a group of pot smokers at the high school there. The term was shorthand for the time of day that they would meet at the school statue of Louis Pasteur in order to get stoned, 4:20 in the afternoon. And the use was spread a little bit amongst that generation, but it's become really popular now. But the funny thing is, the parents made it up. Alright, so now for a few that should really, though, get your attention if you happen to see it on chat or text. GNOC. That means get naked on cam. We want to try to avoid our teens doing that. It's not a good thing, I don't think. LMIRL. Let's meet in real life. No, no, no. Unless you know that other kid, I would suggest that should not happen. Alright, and some very entertaining stuff that I like to read about is definitions in the Urban Dictionary. Here's a couple that I think are particularly funny. Antisocial networking. That's for people who like to get on social media websites, create an account, and gather up a whole bunch of friends, but never interact with them. Never comment, never like, whatever. They're just there. We all know people like that. ARPing. ARPing. That's when an elderly person such as your grandfather complains incessantly about nothing. ABC sex. It's a bad thing. Hoping that nobody who's watching this is a practitioner. That's when you only have sex on anniversaries, birthdays, and Christmas. So sad. Did I mention that I pooped today? Alright, so a little myth debunking. This one, kind of boring, but I'm, again, fascinated by trivial and worthless information. But you know, everybody always talks about Black Friday being the busiest shopping day of the year. In fact, it's not. By numbers, it does have the greatest number of shoppers. But as far as sales go, statistics show that most shopping, purchasing, is done on the Friday or Saturday before Christmas. And actually Black Friday is only about 6th or 7th on the list for the year all around as the busiest shopping day. Fascinating. And the last thing I want to cover today is talking about the scam of the week. Now, as we know, recently Mark Zuckerberg with Facebook announced that they were working on providing everybody a dislike button. Now, we all think that's a pretty great thing because we all like to show empathy for our friends who are sick by disliking it. Nobody likes to like the fact that their friend is sick. Some of the concern, though, with Facebook, why they haven't done this before, is they're concerned that it'll be an opportunity for people to downvote and bully others. And, of course, that's legit, but you know, we've all really wanted the dislike button. Here's where the scam comes into play. As soon as that gets announced that that's going to happen, the scammers go into full overload. And what they do is start sending out messages about, you can get the dislike button now, but you need an invite. And there's only 3,000 invites left, so you must click this button now. Anytime Facebook's going to offer a feature, they're not going to make you sign up or click on something for an invite or anything like that. What you're doing is there are people out there who are wanting you to click on things, and this goes along with a lot of these, which of my friends comes and views my page, or these little fun things where we see who our little cohorts in crime are, and it goes and trolls through your friends list and puts their pictures up and assigns them roles, whatever. What you're really doing is when you click the button is you're giving them your personal information. They're collecting this profile information from you, and that's how they're making their money. There's a lot of money being made on the internet right now with metadata about people. The information about you is more interesting and important than you are yourself. And it's also very lucrative as far as making money goes. So, yeah, a lot of those things, anytime you're clicking on something, you might want to really think about what it is you're doing. It seems fun, but people are taking advantage of you, really. All right, that's my stuff for the day. You know, Wednesdays are going to be very helter-skelter, so it's just whatever I feel like talking about, and that's what I wanted to talk about today. So we'll see you on Friday, and thanks for stopping by.